Does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Not anymore!
Metal SR, a new guy. Yeah, he's another gatekeeper. Blocked him, anyways. Trying to say something to me. And that's not happening, pal. I don't fucking play. So I blocked him. Yeah. He's an idiot. Just like these idiots. Trying to tell me something shit. Didn't work. Oh, I didn't actually pay attention to him, no. Stupid.
Larry, did you forget?
Now I know everything about you, insect.
Your metallic overlord Neo Metal is here, and we're ready here to talk about Larry. Larry, he was the third CrazyManLarry, and yes, I went by his actual name because he actually has it on the internet, on TikTok, and his YouTube channel that he doesn't post on really. I can use his first and last name legally with no repercussions because he has it posted on the internet, so it's public knowledge. But we're here for a different story. But before that, let me introduce me to you guys. Again, I'm Neo Metal, like long walks on the beach and freaky women. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Larry. Where to begin? Yes, Larry. This man is a mess. I wouldn't normally be talking about him, generally because, you know, I don't know his story like that, and he hasn't done anything to affect me until you've seen the clip where he banned me on TikTok just for existing. So that's kind of wild. So, you know what, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be petty. So here we are. Larry Hughes enjoys disagreeing, and what I mean by disagreeing, I mean belittling you, berating you, and being aggressive about how he hates modern Sonic, IDW Sonic, Ian Flynn.
What?
Because he is a Sonic Sat AM, and I believe Archie comic enjoyer. And I guess when it comes to the Sonic games, Sonic 1, 2, and 3, that's a little loose on that. A little loose. So he likes classic Sonic to a degree when it comes to the video game, but he prefers Sat AM, Sonic, and Knothole Freedom Fighters, Archie, I believe. But funny, I don't know about if he likes Fleetway Sonic. I don't know. Nobody's really told me anything about that. But realistically, though, the man's unhinged.
I'm such a troll.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
But I've come to a natural realization as to why Larry is the way he is. This man is a Nintendo lover.
Oh, hell no!
Let's see if I can show you this.
I'm going to say this. Mario is awesome. I like his character. I like his Italian accent. And I love his character. He was the first character that appeared in the 80s in Nintendo. Also, he is spectacular. I love his personality, and also his voice is very cool. I think he's the amazing mascot I ever seen. Also, he's part of my childhood. Mario was very, very cool back then. Still cool to this day. Also, I love Princess Peach. She's my favorite character. Also, I like Luigi. He's very, very scared sometimes, but he's very awesome. And I like Princess Daisy.
The man loves himself some Italian plumber. That's a little concerning. He likes little round men with giant mustaches. Hey, whatever he's into, it is what it is. Other than that, Larry likes to go and talk about gate, which is strange. So when it comes to gatekeeping, Larry will be upset with modern gamers for not accepting his ideals about modern Sonic, how much he hates them. But to be honest, if you're talking about a fan base and you complain about how much you hate their games, their comics, their whatever, whatever that's considered classified as modern Sonic, people are gonna look at you crazy because you can't call yourself a Sonic fan but hate the canon and the most, I was gonna say consistent, but the most popular version of the story, of the lore. It's weird. Yes, Sonic SAT-AM is, and Archie and the Knothole Freedom Friends are important too in their own right, but it's not the modern Sonic fans' fault that the route that the companies and the franchise went with modern Sonic is canon. It's not their fault. But you also can't blame the company either. They saw what worked. They saw that modern Sonic is more popular for the next generation, the younger generation. And for the people who are the older gen, like SAT-AM, can easily mold into it. That's the concept of it. But this man doesn't see that. He sees modern Sonic as a blatant reconstruction and deconstruction of SAT-AM that just tossed SAT-AM and Archie and all of them to the wayside. But that's not what really happened. It's just how companies work. Technically, SAT-AM and all of them molded and morphed into what we have now. Yes, a lot of characters were stripped of the canonical storyline. You don't have some of those characters. Yes, that is sad to see and to hear, but again, there's no control over unless you are the people who want these characters and the thing for all your fans of your series to enjoy. Take for example Pokemon game. Pokemon doesn't always add all their Pokemon into their games, so people miss out on the Pokemon that they like the most. Nintendo knows this. Digimon's the same way. Digimon doesn't add all 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Digimon into their games either, because there's, first of all, that's a lot. That is a lot. And plus the way Digimon works is that pretty much everybody loves the Megas basically at the end of the day. Yes, you got people that love certain rookies, certain champions, certain ultimates, but it's just the Megas. And there aren't that many Megas comparative to all the other levels of Digimon stages. So people are upset when a certain Digimon doesn't make it into the games. But they're in the card game, they're in the mangas and all that, but they're just never introduced into the video games or they're in the anime. Yeah, Sonic suffers from that same concept. It's just sad to say that Larry's just blind to his own hubris. I think I'm using the right word. He hates Sonic, but supposedly likes Sonic too. And if you say anything in a negative light about Sonic SAT-AM, like say for example you're not the biggest fan of it, he'll get mad at you and saying that you don't like real Sonic and all this and the third. Some people don't like the older Sonic. Like for example, if you're born in the 2000s or later, you're not going to know who SAT-AM Sonic is. You're going to know who Sonic X and Sonic game, modern Sonic games. So you're going to eventually mold back. You're eventually going to go backwards to learn who SAT-AM Sonic, all these older Sonic comics. You're going to go backwards eventually. And you may not like that. Or you might actually like that over modern. Who knows? But for someone who starts in modern, should naturally progress and evolve into modern. Now, it just depends if you like it or not. Same way if you go backward, if the modern Sonic fan goes backwards. But Larry's stuck in this realm of just SAT-AM. He does not want to bud. Yes, he does. How should I put this? He does bleed into modern, but only to find out what's what so that he can hate it. Then he goes back into his little bubble of SAT-AM. And it's sad, because this is a grown-ass man. And I just don't understand, to be truly honest. CrazyManLarry also has a very strong distaste for a character named Amy Rose. You can see by the gameplay. I did this out of pettiness, even though it wasn't my original idea, but it was thrown to me. You know, it was lobbed up to me by my pal Sonic Rush, because I was originally going to do Sonic 6 gameplay, because he doesn't like modern Sonic characters. He definitely doesn't like Shadow and Silver. But my pal Rush was like, why don't you play Sonic Adventure as Amy? I was like, oh, that's a really good idea, because he does not like Amy. But I instead went with Sonic Heroes to play as Amy, Cream, and Big. Still works because it's still Amy, so I get to poke the bear that way too. There are some other things about Larry that are pretty disgusting and horrible, like the doxing, the aggressive use of language towards younger people, the aggressiveness towards his own friends if they just slightly disagree with him. But a lot of that isn't documented anymore, or it was done offline, so there's nothing to really work with in that department. There are a few other things, but some of it is too disgusting and messed up to like put on camera or on a video. So I'm not going to go that far, because this man is unhinged when it comes to that. But from what I understand, he's not as reactive as he used to be, but he's still on TikTok ranting about how much he hates modern Sonic and all of that. But Larry Hughes is a special, unique case that needs to be highly studied. But then again, I don't know a psychologist or a therapist that would touch him with a 10-foot pole. poll. But I'm gonna leave that there for Larry. If you liked the video, give it a like, comment down below your thoughts. This was just something to talk about Larry. You know, give you a little something about this crazed man. And I see you all next time.
I'm such a troll.